Well, thank you all for coming this evening to our 42nd annual Christmas presentation of Away in a Manger. As most of you know, this play has been a great tradition here in our little town of Pfleugerville. From its humble beginnings in the little church on the corner, all the way to this beautiful community theater. This theater, by the way, one of the oldest standing monuments to the Pfleugerville pioneers and town forefathers. If you listen real closely, you can almost hear him whisper stories of old through the very boards themselves. I'd like to take a moment to thank our sponsors for the evening, the Pfleugerville Piggly Wiggly and the Wash and Fold. Y'all make sure to go out and patronize their businesses. And now, as is our tradition, I'm going to turn this portion of the show over to Pete Pistachio and the Pfleugerville Philharmonics. They're going to play us into the Christmas spirit. So get some coffee in the lobby, then come on back and have a seat. We're going to get going in about 10 minutes.
Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer had a very shiny nose, and if you ever saw him, you would even say hello.
Well, I think that went very well.
Oldest standing monument to our pioneers and forefathers.
Well, the building is very old.
1964.
What?
It was built in 1964.
Well, there were pioneers of sorts then.
Right, from the Summer of Love, when they brought their love beads to trade with the Pfleugerville natives.
The sentiment was there.
You can hear them whisper stories of old.
Too much?
Yeah.
I want that man out there to know that this is more than just a play. That he's not going to be bulldozing just a building, but the very heart, the soul of Pfleugerville.
Shh. I'm listening to the pioneers of old, and I think I hear them rolling their eyes.
Cynicism from the girl whose father started this production. You know, it would kill him to hear you talk. I'm sorry. I didn't realize what I was saying.
It's okay. I just thank God he's not alive to watch the bulldozers come January.
Whoa. That is not a foregone conclusion. No. All we need is one great performance, and I know the town will rally itself to save the play.
The town doesn't rally itself enough to come see the play.
So,
much less...
attendance has been down a few years. It'll pick up. Look. Band is playing, people are straggling in. It's Christmas. It's a Christmas story. Who doesn't want to hear about peace on earth and goodwill towards men?
In case you haven't heard, Jesus isn't that popular anymore.
From a girl who grew up in church.
Up and out.
You know, some people are going to be devastated if they find out about this.
Your wife wouldn't be one of them, would she?
Marcy! I need another bobby pin, and can you please let this out a bit? I can hardly breathe.
Yes, ma'am.
I tell you, Marcy, this year's going to be the best it's ever been. I can feel it. You watch.
She gives her very life to this performance.
I don't know what we would do, what she will do. If
Sweetheart, I have a great feeling about this year. You are going to really love me this time. I told you there'd be no need for a silly understudy.
Yes, I know, but how is Heather getting along?
I mean, when have I never gone on? When have I forgotten a line or gotten ill? I'm in better shape than ever. For 14 years straight, I have played the sweet young Mary.
Young being a loose term.
Oh.
Sweetheart, Heather is playing the angel. And since this is her first time, I thought it'd be a good idea to learn from such a seasoned professional.
Very seasoned.
I suppose I could teach her a thing or two. And I'm not that old.
By carbon dating standards.
What?
Heather is playing the angel, and who better to teach her?
As long as she doesn't get too close. Oh, Marcy, what are you doing back there, for Pete's sake?
I'm sorry. This pin's just...
Am I bleeding? I think I'm bleeding.
Excuse me. I didn't mean to overhear, but I just want you to know that I won't be in the way. I am just so excited to be a part of this play. I mean, just to be able to honor the Lord with my time and my talents. What a blessing.
Of course. Yeah, but hey, don't worry about my wife. She gets nervous before every performance.
Oh, well, maybe I should pray with her. Okay, yeah.
Does the convent know she's missing?
I think it's refreshing to see someone with genuine faith.
Yeah, well, don't worry. This production will take care of that.
Look, I'm bringing Mr. Schroeder and his granddaughter backstage for a quick tour. But Let's keep them away from the cast. I don't want them to know any about this. It'll hurt their performance.
But could you really tell?
You are a cynic.
An actor must always move deftly and cautiously when backstage, never breaking character. Not even angels like you are exempt from this stage rule.
I am so sorry. I'll be more careful next time.
That's quite all right. I don't expect a novice like you to be at the level of a professional like myself. Some things can only come through vast stage experience.
Oh, it doesn't take vast stage experience to learn to look where you walk.
Did I also mention that a real professional takes his call time very seriously?
And if one were indeed a real professional, would he have to remind everyone of it constantly?
Professionalism was lost on you years ago.
Let it go, Franklin. I'm here now. That doesn't matter.
I heard it mattered to them in New York.
So, you nervous?
A little, but mostly excited. I have never been in a position of ministry before.
Ministry?
Well, maybe not ministry per se, but I get to quote scripture on stage, and in my mind, it doesn't get any closer to ministry than that.
I never thought of it that way before.
I think drama is such an incredible way of sharing the reality of your faith in God. And don't you feel the same way?
Well, it sounds like you've got enough feeling for the both of us.
Suppose I do.
So here's our stage manager, Sally Schultz. Her late father, Pastor Schultz, started this whole thing.
Oh,
Yeah,
hi.
he said, why don't... Oh, excuse me, please don't disturb the actors. They're supposed to be in character.
Oh.
Yeah, he said, let's tell a story about the birth of Christ. And it grew and grew and became a commercial success. And so here we are, 42 years later, still telling it. How's that for great heritage?
Well, I can appreciate that, but, you know, things change. Economies change. Heritage doesn't pay the bills. I'd like to think of my vision as helping Pfleugerville with a new history and a new heritage. One that will give you money and the future. Oh, say, we have the regional bell ringing champ in our midst. Would you mind if my little granddaughter Eugenia played during intermission?
There's no intermission.
What?
Yeah, it's a one act.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
2 minutes to curtain.
Well, Mr. Schroeder, let's get you and your lovely granddaughter back in their seats. Don't want you to miss the show. Hey. Psst. Still one more thing we haven't figured out yet.
Why there's a P in Pfleugerville?
No. We only have 2 wise men.
Not very wise, Grasshopper.
I know, we just didn't have the budget this year. We can manage in scene 5, but we still need 3 for the ending. What about Marcy? Can a wise man be a woman? All right, we'll figure it out.
Well, maybe I'll dig up one of those pioneers of old.
Look, there's more at stake than just a play here, okay? People's lives, relationships. Don't you want to see your father's legacy live on in this town?
Don't you guilt me too. You're worse than my mother.
Look, we have a production to do here, okay? And it has got to be the best it's ever been. Or this is all over. Got it? I'm counting on you.